Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Tuesday, October the 18th. It is 10 a.m. on the dot in the Bronx, New York City. It is 49 degrees outside, mostly cloudy. I'm looking directly out my window. I do see some sunshine, which is always good. Welcome to the replay gang. Welcome to the Bushwatchers, and welcome to the podcast listeners. I hope everyone is enjoying their Tuesday morning on this live broadcast of Bronx Girl, Alter Ego. Shout out to the Brave Hearts and Eagle Eyes. I appreciate you the most. Without you, this channel would not be where it's at. So, of course, I am mostly greatly and appreciative of you. Keep your interest in me, and we will definitely go far further than we expect. Now, good morning to the people, the chat that's coming in, the audience that's coming in. I know that there has been things going on and circulating on YouTube that I haven't touched yet. So I just decided to take this live in a different direction just for today. And maybe if it goes off on a good foot, we'll explore other content creators and still keep the ones that we know are familiar with in mind. I am grateful that everyone is here at this time. So I think I have enough people in here. Whether I have enough people or not, you still get the roll call. Good morning, Queen Mary. Hey, Nicole. Candace, my mod. Candace is my mod. Everyone may know her. If you don't know her, go check out Candace page. Convos with Candace. Hello, good morning, Queen V, Sabrina, Yolanda. Hi, Ann Fleming. Hi, Tracy 14. Good morning, Vicky Lester. Thank you, Candace, for welcoming everyone to the chat. Thank you. Hi, good morning, Lasagna, Zeltania. Good morning. Good morning, Sunny Day. Long live Myron. Good morning. Good morning, Latia. Good morning, Chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, hope everyone had a restful night, a refreshing morning. So, without further ado, I feel like before I get started, because I don't know how this um, broadcast will go or how it may affect me in the long run. So, to be on the safe side, good morning, Make It Make Sense. Oh my goodness, Make It Make Sense is in the building. I haven't seen Make It Make Sense in a while. I think about her. I know that she's not like, you know, um, on YouTube like every single day. So when she's not, we think about her. I know I think about her and see how she's doing, and I'm glad to see her in the chat. Thank you. Let's welcome Make It Make Sense. Good morning, Tammy Nixon. So I was talking to my mod and I told her I was going live. I did today. I told her that I would talk about Chef Carmen and La Truth. And she said, Bronx don't stir up no shit. So when she said that, I know that I have to read my disclaimer because when I talk to her, I don't like go into details of what I'm talking about. I give her a heads up so she could be at least prepared for the chat that's about to attack us. You rocking, I'm rolling, Candace. We rocking and we rolling together. Brace yourselves, lock your seatbelts in, pull down the gates, and lock everyone in. If you in here, you locked in. Sorry. So let me read this copyright disclaimer, whether I read it or not. It could be of use and it could not be of use. So let's get started. Disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Listen, we here. Y'all know that. Y'all see. Let me greet the rest of the chat that's coming in. We don't leave anyone out, especially if you all familiar. Good morning, Dion. New York City represent. The Bronx is in the house. I was supposed to say the Bronx at the end, but you know, I'm a Bronx girl. Brooklyn is in the house. Queens is in the house. Manhattan, Harlem, Staten Island. And I say Manhattan because I feel like Manhattan, you know, Harlem is in Manhattan, but they two different entities. They two different islands, but they are all in the same. So shout out, stand up to all my people in New York City. We're going to do this New York City style. And I want to start tagging the Bronx so we could get more New York City people in here to show how gully we are. But good morning, telling it all. Good morning, good morning, good morning, K-Buck. Good morning, Janice. Thank you, Candace, for welcoming the chat. So let's get started. Now, I don't want to linger on too many topics that I'm not familiar with, but I feel like I have the chance and opportunity to take a shot at what's going on in the hot topics that's arising in the YouTube street. Something different for today. Today's a special for my supporters, listeners. Now, good morning, Mary. How are you? Long time no see. Good morning, chillaxing with Queen T. Thank you. Listen. So I was going to do a toss up between the truth and Chef Carmen, but I think I want to tackle Chef Carmen first because that's like more a little bit lighthearted than the like truth and saga. I mean situation dilemma going on with his wife, and we will do that respectfully, and we will have to take everybody into consideration, especially the allegations surrounding the topic. So Chef Carmen, right? Chef Carmen is a chef. She is known. She's popular. She's a celebrity chef. She catered to many people. She catered to celebrities. She even catered to your favorites on YouTube or excuse me, have service your favorites on YouTube. So like one in particular, Latrice, right? So a couple of months ago, Chef Carmen had fallen out with Latrice, and that was settled, and you didn't hear much more of it. Now here comes Chef Carmen again with her drama. Hey, kissed by the sun. I'm kissing and making breakfast. Thank you. So I'm going to take it lightly, so you can still tune in while you're making your breakfast. I don't want you to get distracted, so I'll keep you in mind. So listen, this live, you know that I speak off top. I don't really follow Chef Carmen, but when I hear like certain things that's in the air and topics that I could tackle just off of GP alone, I go about it. Now, the new saga is Chef Carmen and her friend, Boss Lady, right? Hi, Vicky. Boss Lady and her friend that ended a friendship after 25 years. I don't think no one really know why the friendship ended after 25 years and why it came to a close. But you know, friends don't last forever. But 25 years is a long time to say we calling it quits and departing from each other. Now, I was looking, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't looking at the familiar content creators. I was on a different side that was giving different commentary on Chef Carmen and Boss Lady. They had the same like ideas and opinions and views as along with the ones that I'm familiar with. I don't want to shout out anybody's name right now, right today, but because I don't want to screw up anybody's name. But so it has it that Chef Carmen and Boss Lady, I feel like they friendship probably ended over a business deal. Am I wrong? Hi, Vicky. Good morning. Am I wrong? Did they end their relationship through a business deal? Because I feel like a lot of people give Chef Carmen put her on a pedestal, and I feel like a lot of people give her a lot of slack. Now, I've seen a lot of people have, I don't know, their own views and opinions and insights and perspective on whether Chef Carmen was in the wrong or not for ending her relationship with her friend Boss Lady respectfully. And it always seemed to like baffle me when people try to equate or try to bring in outsiders like Latrice. They'd be like, "Oh, Chef Carmen got her karma because of Latrice." Latrice has nothing to do with it. She is not that powerful that she could strike karma on anyone and ruin their lives. Like not in that fashion. I'm sorry. Um, or I think it's more of a business deal. I think that's part and maybe more, right? So listen, I know that a lot of people are not like familiar with my commentary, but I get gritty, I get raw, I get candid. I'm honest and I'm real, and my perspective is always coming from a good place. So let's just dig because I heard Chef Carmen and when she was on the live, and people were saying that she try to act like she turned off the camera and she was talking to her realtor. So I listened to everything she said, and I picked up a few clues and hints and just things that I could just, piggyback off of in the right way, in a respectful way. Exactly, Bronx. This was something emotional. Really? I don't know. This, I'm sorry. Zeltana said this was something emotional. And Fleming said, I don't know, but I see a lot of people going hard on these platforms for a little change and just for my opinion. Listen, money is money. If you want to come up here and you want a channel, you should have that in mind to make money and grow your channel. Whether it's going to the right or going to the left, whether it's propaganda, whether it all sells. It's social media. So if you want to make money, you have to have a strategy. And if your strategy is going left and pulling out shit from the air and making shit up and that's what people do. So let's just like put the money to the side. We all want money in our pocket. This is a secondary income for a lot of people, or probably third. So I that's how I feel about that. I think Chef getting a little beside herself. Do you, Candace? Oh my God. Candace, do not beat me up already, okay? Good morning, Manifest. Thank you. She's greeting the chat. Queen, do you think Chef, in my opinion, is getting stressed because she says she sits in her closet in the dark and cries? Of course. Okay. Listen. So the word on the street is that Chef Carmen has a fiance that entered her life, and a lot of people think she's causing disruptions and causing chaos and confusion, and has a part in Chef Carmen squandering or just messing up any relationship that she had previously before her. I don't think that's true. I like Chef Carmen. I like her. I looked at her face. I know she's gay. I feel she's attractive. Any woman, I see her swag. I see her. She really slick though, Chef Carmen. She got a charming, charismatic swag about her. So it wouldn't be like not beneath. It wouldn't be uncommon for a woman to like her and to fall in love with her easily, because I feel like she's kind of sweet and loving and kind, but she still could be stern and tough at the same time. Now, when Chef Carmen was saying, listen, boss lady is in love with her, she liked her. I believe that. Okay, what? That is your opinion, Candace. I know. See, every attraction comes in many different forms. All right, listen. If I was to see her and she come to me up in a bar and she speak to me, see, attraction is an issue. So when you first meet someone, either you like what you see or you don't. Right. So if she was to come up to me in a bar or wherever we are, she's outside doing business, and she was to come up to me and say, "May I get to know you, get to know your name?" I look at her and say, "Of course." Now on the back end, but the attraction is not like the main point. So let's not make it about looks, because I don't really think anyone is that beautiful for anyone to be like, oh my goodness. Like, no, I'm not here to call anyone ugly. I'm not here to call anyone. I'm just telling you what I'm attracted to. So if we could get beyond that, we could just see the greater picture. Let me see. Chef is in love. I think that's where all this started from. She is good people. Thank you, Beatrice. Chef seems cool. Hope all works for her. Things probably need to pace its way out right. Thank you. Okay, so listen. So I'm telling you from my standpoint, because a lot of people are not like me. I'm a free spirit. I'm a caring person. I'm a carefree person. So I'm attracted to I'm not a lesbian. I'm not gay. I have been involved with women, not in a relationship, but there go the next ping pong idea in your head. So what I'm saying is, like, how is it that not possible for boss lady to be like or attracted to someone that she knew 25 years, and they have the same sex in common, right? So whether she's attracted to her or not, whether you're attracted to her or not, Chef Carmen has a lot of game behind her, and I piece that out, right? Listen, I'm not gonna go back and forth about if she's attractive or not. I think she's attractive, and I stand by what I say. You don't think she's attractive, you don't think she's attractive, but I'm not gonna make that the main point of the conversation. That's not the main point. I'm just telling you how I know that I would be attracted to someone like Chef Carmen, because ugly people are attractive too, if you know what attraction is. Like, let's keep it real. Okay, so like, whether if you're not sexually attracted to her, you're not sexually attracted to her. If you're not into girls, you're not into girls. So that goes, the same goes for people that saying I don't find Chef Carmen attractive, is the same people that get offended when people call them ugly. It's the same thing, no different. So listen, I don't think Boss Lady wants Chef in that way. I think it's business, but it's still more to it. Listen, and that's where I come in at with my unconventional wisdom. Chef Carmen, Boss Lady have had a friendship for 25 years. You're not going to sit there and tell me, per se, personally, that she has never thought about Chef Carmen in a sexual way. Okay? You're not going to sit here and tell me that Chef Carmen hasn't thought about Boss Lady in a sexual way. Whether they have companions or not, whether Boss Lady has a wife or not. If you spend time with someone and you get to know them and you do business with them, there is an attraction that may spark. I know a lot of people may think, oh, well, Bronx girl, take it too far. No, I'm just laying out the law. I'm just laying out like what's like real. I'm laying out like reality. Okay. So it's just crazy that people don't think that it's possible for two women that are interested and they same sex couples or will not be attracted to each other. You don't know what went on behind closed doors. Chef Carmen said that excuse me, Boss Lady is not that nice and she's controlling. I believe that could be true, even though I don't know Boss Lady like that. For you to dish out your money, to spend your money anytime someone asks you, and you don't think no one is supposed to like follow your rules or your guidelines, or you have control over them. So what happened, I feel like, is Boss Lady probably invested her money in Chef Carmen, right? Because listen, in these days and time, nobody is really faithful to their partner. Um, no one is faithful to their partner, excuse me. We don't know the extent of Chef Carmen and Boss Lady relationship behind closed doors. We don't know the extent. We don't know if they had something or didn't have something. Because when you're in close proximity with someone that often, an attraction is going to like spark. Whether you had a one night stand, whether you tried it didn't work. You cannot tell me that both ladies that even if they kissed or something, you're not going to tell me that Chef Carmen, what she's completely saying is untrue. Her crying in the closet in the dark, I could believe. Everyone spread and shed tears differently. She is a public figure. She dealt with a lot. She had to deal with family issue. She's dealing with a business issue. She's known. So why she can't have that time to herself to cry? This is what like a lot of people, they feel like when someone like Chef Carmen become vulnerable and express her thoughts and feelings, oh, she's lying. So let me go to, I think it's fair to say thank you. Hey BG, I'm glad I found you. I just like your voice. Thank you, Linda. I think she looks at Chef just as family, sister, and truly want the best for her. Listen, don't be naive and gullible in this chat, please. Okay? Don't be naive and gullible in this chat, because that's the problem. Like, I believe that Latrice was attracted to Chef Carmen, right, in many ways. So all that sister stuff, all that family stuff goes out the window, right? They're not blood. They're not related. So there is a possibility that they were attracted to each other. They didn't have to go far, but Boss Lady feeling like she can like manipulate and motivate Chef Carmen with her deeds and her money. So you mean to tell me that because Chef Carmen didn't fall into the trap because she wasn't like easily bought, that, excuse me, allegedly Boss Lady didn't have an ulterior motive? Right? So like I just Listen, stop telling me y'all gonna believe it. Listen, I'm just speaking from the top of my head. I'm not trying to start no trouble. Okay? Women, especially lesbians, especially women that are into the same sex, they have a way of melting another woman's heart. Maybe Chef Carmen probably misled Boss Lady. And maybe Boss Lady felt like she was doing a little bit too much and she pulled back and she wasn't receiving what she wanted from Chef Carmen. Every woman, I don't care who you are, whether you in a same-sex marriage, whether you in a marriage, everyone needing a companion outside of your lovers. Because you just can't tell your husband everything. You just can't tell your wife everything. I went in, okay? I went in. I'm just saying. It was much more always with LA. It's always much with her. That is why folks need to stay away from her altogether. They are so stupid for definitely for dealing with her. Bronx, you know you a troublemaker, but we love you. Them studs and lesbians got the internet hot, right? They people too. You know, they are part of our world too. We don't exclude no one. We're not prejudiced. We don't discriminate over here. You know, my opinion may seem biased because I do have a different perspective. So I'm probably pretty sure that everyone may be scratching their heads and be like, what is Bronx talking about? I'm talking about what I see and how I feel. I know that if I wanted to get close to someone and they wasn't receiving love and affection at home, and I am easily offering it to them to manipulate them into my web, because that's what some people do, manipulate to get what we want, whether it's through gestures of love, whether it's through gestures of whatever. It happens. So it's like both sides should be heard out. Boss Lady and Chef Carmen. You know, I feel like Chef Carmen should not mislead people. She should not have people thinking that they have a chance or opportunity with her. Right? The reason why I said that is because she brought it up like, Boss Lady was interested in me, and there's some truth to that. I'm sorry. It's some truth to that. I just there's just some truth to that, right? You can't just say, oh, well, Chef Carmen and Boss Lady are sisters. No, nobody is that gullible and naive to think, oh, we don't have an attraction for each other, whether people may think we attracted or not. I'm sorry. I just feel like, you know, when push comes to shove and when things go down when you kick the can down the road, truth will be revealed, right? So you just have to look at it from both sides, and that's how I feel. Never put anything in anybody's name ever, right? You know, because they have a control over you, you know, so and they have like an upper hand over you. You know, she has a right to say something about her money. Who? Sultana. I was lost when you said she has a right to say something about her money. Are you talking about Boss Lady? Like, if you don't have money, don't give it away. I'm just saying. Chef is a pleaser, not assertive. She is assertive. Don't let her fool you. That's an older woman that's been around for a while. She know how people are. She know how to play and play on people emotions. She has done it. She's doing it, right? I'm not going to get into her fiance because I don't know about them, and a lot of people trying to say that her fiance is her downfall. I highly doubt that. Like, I highly doubt that. Okay. I think Chef threw that out there because she never mentioned that before. I believe her though. So you just can't sit there and listen to somebody and just disregard everything they say because she never said it before. She didn't have the reason to say it before, you know, but listen, she has a reason to say it now, you know. Love is a dangerous game, and I don't even think it has anything to do with love. You can't even always put love in a mix. Yes, Chef Carmen. Yes, Chef stands for herself when she needs to. Don't let that face fool you. Right. You know, I don't think she a punk at all. I just feel like she used her charm and wit and charisma on people. You know, she could be the ugliest woman walking down the block, And if she know how to gather audience and engage with someone, she could, easily, get someone like Candace to do what she want. Okay, Candace. She could, if she want to put her little love spell on you, she can. Don't be fooled. Don't underestimate her. She's an older woman. She's been around the block a couple of times. Okay? Because if I was sitting with her in a restaurant and she come up to me like, "Oh, Bronx girl, you so cute," I'm like, "I love you." That's okay. Let's not be fooled. Okay? It's easy to fall in love with another woman. Easy. They know what to do. They know what to say. Especially if you're coming out of a relationship with your husband and he haven't gave you love and affection in a long time. And a woman like Chef Carmen, who is seasoned and she's swift and charming, she's going to get in your pants, Candace. I'm just joking. Candace, I'm just joking. I'm just joking, Candace. You my mom, so I could easily use you as an example because I wouldn't feel comfortable using anyone else as an example. Okay? I love you, Candace. Chef, I love you, Candace. You know what I mean? I could use you as an example because you got a good sense of humor and you sweet. And you just, getting to know you, talking to you on the phone, you just sweet. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we just can't dismiss. And as far as like their financial history, hi Tangela, how you doing? Thank you for finding me, Tangela. I'm here. I'm back. It's a new platform, but it's the same formula. It's the same format. So here we go. Boss, don't do it, Candace. Hey, Yolanda, Tracy 14. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. I believe Chef was not financially stable and needed Boss Lady help. Boss Lady is now protecting her investments. Something happened, right? She protecting her investments which she should have always protected her investments. But we don't know what's going on with Boss Lady and her wife, allegedly. We don't know if she's in the process of, we don't know. We don't know why she's so willing and able to give Chef Carmen anything she wants and help her out. I'm not that friendly. Because this is why relationships come to an end, for the simple fact that, money is involved. Listen, I can lend my friend money and she don't have to pay me back. I'm not going to like end it with her. But if it's like of a certain amount, like, and you don't attempt to pay me back or you don't care to pay me back, then that could cause a problem. But yeah, so everybody has a different type of friendship. Wait, let me read the comments because we want to shift into something else. You tried it. Boss Lady has a right because she is a silent partner. If she's a silent partner, then she should have never came forward and said what was going on. I don't know if Chef Carmen brought up the financial part of the downfall, or Boss Lady. Who brought up the financial part of their friendship? I think Chef just wants love and be loved and be happy with who she wants. Chef said that Treese is not her type because Treese is too masculine. That is bullshit. Okay, let's not fool ourselves, Chef Carmen. Treese is not too masculine. Like, she has feminine traits and feminine ways. Okay, so let's not throw Latrice under the bus when it comes to talking about who's masculine or not. Like, I don't know what your idea of masculine is, but she's not a stud. I'm sorry. If Latrice support is in here, there I go. I can take both sides. I think Chef done fell in love business. Business started slipping and Boss Lady had to start stepping out. I don't think Chef is stupid to fall in love and get dumb. I don't think she will fall in love and get sidetracked because she has something going. She has something to leave behind for her children and her grandchildren. I heard how she said she loved her granddaughter. Her grandchild. I don't know if it's a granddaughter or grandson, but she said her grandchild. So I'm giving a little credit to Chef when it comes to business. And, maybe she had problems like everyone else have problems that don't know how to handle their money and finances in a great way and a responsible way. So I just can't put all that on Chef about falling in love. Love has nothing to do with it when it comes to um she said, Candace, she tried us Chi-Town girls. I'm not today Bronx. Well, I just hope she can't stand on her own that now that boss lady is pulling out. She gonna stand on her own, shit, one fall, another one come up. I don't co-sign for my family in real life. If you can't afford it, wait on it. Oh, Chef brought it up first? Oh, okay. Chef brought it up first. What was her reasons? I don't know. Maybe, allegedly boss lady threatened her to go public and tell them that they probably have some type of like you know, illicit affair. Who knows what they was talking about? I can't take it. I cannot take it. Kissed by the sun, laughing off. Candace, Janice. She has done it before. Chef Kim is reckless with money. See, she's reckless with money. So that's what I'm saying. If boss lady, right? No, Chef Carmen for 25 years. And she knows her secrets. She know where the bodies are buried. She know her well enough to know how she handle finances, whether she's reckless, irresponsible. That was on her for her to volunteer. Or even if Chef Carmen asked her allegedly to borrow money, that was her responsibility to take into account, to give it to her willingly and just not think about it. That's I'm just saying, hi Rosita Rivers. As far as the finances, boss lady brought it up. Oh, okay. See. So we have two different opinions. One said that Chef brought it up, and one said that boss lady brought it up. I just feel like a lot of people are like missing the point. Like it's something missing between Chef Carmen and boss lady. They not telling us something. A deal that went wrong and excuse me, destroyed a friendship of 25 years. That's something to think about and to consider. Chef make the house payments. Okay. Thank you, Candace. We got the chef the house. Okay. Let's see. She has done it before. Did I get everyone? Boss lady told first that she paid for the house. Okay, see what I'm saying? Hey, Laverne, how you doing? So everyone has a different take of who brought it out, but I just feel like when you come in at Chef Carmen and sitting there acting like she's this gullible, naive woman that can't handle herself, like she is so smitten with love that she can't even bear to wake up or move out the bed because love will bring you down too. Like I feel like if she gonna marry someone this second time around, I don't even know how old this woman is. She should be a little bit more smarter and approach it in a different light because she still do have a brand and she still do have her reputation to be upheld. That's how I feel about that. Boss lady owned the house. Chef is on the deed. They both confirmed that. Okay. If Vicky, you want to elaborate? If you want to, you can elaborate. Um, at least I don't. So that means that. So let me. I don't know. I'm not a house owner, Janice. So if Chef, wait, where's okay, dear? I'm sorry, Vicky. So boss lady owned the house, so it's in her name, right? So and Chef is on the deed. So that means that what Chef is paying the mortgage. Is that how that goes when you're a house owner, homeowner? So she's renting to excuse me, Chef. That's what you're saying. Vicky, I want a little bit clarity on that. Let me see, Candace. Social media is something else. No one should even know who owns the house, right? They shouldn't. But people don't care if you own a house or not. You could be sitting there and you rent in a box under the sea. People will look deep into that and say, where are you getting the money from to own a box under the sea? Right? You could be homeless on the street and still have to pay taxes. People will question, where are you getting the money from to pay taxes to be homeless in the street? This is not the first time Chef and Boss Lady parted ways. Okay. Thank you, Sonny. Lines were crossed, but I hope they can move past this. I don't think so. I wouldn't want to be friends with someone that aired out my business on either part. Chef Carmen or a boss lady. They both have a responsibility and they both should take accountability as far as what they want people to know and what they don't want people to know. 25 years, I know all my friends' secret of 25 years. I should. You better, or that's not your friend. Okay, let me see. Chef said, all right, Rosita. Chef said she put the down payment and she says her mortgage is in advance. Okay, thank you, Rosita. Something was bring information out about social media. Nothing should ever be that serious in these times. Learn to keep some things private, even when I'm sorry because another comment came in, even when people find from public records. Exactly, because I'm not confirming or denying anything. If someone was to come and say that Bronx girl had is a alleged mass murderer, I'm going to like sit on it. Now, if I have to explain to my supporters and say, like in my past life, I did like become a mass murderer and I was a serial killer, allegedly, yes, I would explain to my supporters and I will let them know I'm a changed person. That was my past life. But they still will, but people on the outside would say, like, she's still the same person because I judge people like that when they say they have a back and a past, but they behaviors are still the same today from their past. So don't, it could go both ways. I'm sorry. Home ownership is a public record. This is why I don't have my legal name. People can't find out more about you than you know about them. Look, people go digging, dig deep. You gonna find something, dig deep, and you might fall in the ditch. Or you might find something that you don't want to find out, and now you're part of the problem because you revealed it. You don't know who's looking. You don't know who's watching. So when you come out and you reveal someone public information, you are responsible for that information. You don't know how people think. People lurk. People meditate. People prey upon stuff like this. You going out and telling my business just for a piece of view, so you can get traction. Oh no. You should not sleep well at night. I don't care if it's public record or not. I'm not an investigative reporter. I don't care about what people do in their personal lives, what people do in their bedrooms, what people do when no one is looking. I'm listening to you from a standpoint of what you tell me at face value. And I don't believe everything what everybody say, but I'm not going to sit there and just attack you for something you say that I don't have any proof of. Good morning, Bronx and everyone. Good morning, Miss Understood. Chef says she used to cook for Boss Lady and her family every night. I'm sure Boss Lady didn't like the fact that Chef stopped suddenly to entertain her new lady. Right. It could be a sense of jealousy or envy or a rejection or Chef ignoring her. You don't know what went through these women's minds. Replay, good morning. Good morning, Geraldine. Damn it, I got kicked out. How you got kicked out? Candace said, I know they said Chef just couldn't prove her income, which is why Boss Lady had. Listen, I wouldn't try to prove nothing to anyone. I don't understand why people have to prove their financial records to anyone on YouTube. Because if that's the case, then whoever's in the 1%, you don't belong on this side. Some people don't live paycheck to paycheck on this sector. Some people do. Nobody is making that much money where they could buy the whole sector. If you're making that much money, buy the whole sector. Good. Let me go because we're going to switch up the topic. Good morning, Barbara. What about Chef recording the conversation between her and the realtor? I don't think that was like malicious. I don't think the realtor did or said anything that may incriminate her in any future proceedings. I just think Chef Carmen was ranting at the time and she had someone to listen. And that's always what some people need. If you rant, I need you to listen. And that's it. That's all. I would not go publishing information about my family like some folks around here do get kicks and thrills out. They do. Google is your friend. Okay, let me see. Chef put a lot of her financial information out there. But still in all, you have to prove it to the bank to get them more. Listen, whether that's like behind the scenes talk. Like, I'm not going to sit there and see or care or even think about or ponder if Chef Carmen is paying a mortgage or she have to prove it to the bank. I don't care about stuff like that. When I say that I don't care about certain things, I don't care. I just care. Financial history is the last thing I want to look into and want to be involved in or interested in, because I know that on this sector, on this part of the sector, whatever sector, we're not going over to the people with 500,000 followers that have money and spend their money, throw their money up in the air and show proof. People in certain sectors have to prove to people that they have money, which I would never do. I could be poor. I'm not proving it to you. I could be rich. I'm not proving it to you. Figure it out. If you find out I'm poor, so what? If you find out I'm rich, so what? Catch me if you can. Her own fiance, Tay, do not even want Chef or attracted to her. How you know that? How you sleep or marry someone you're not attracted to? I don't know. I don't think people know what attraction is. Okay, ugly people are attractive. Like, I don't understand what, like, that's, I'm not going to even get into the ins and outs of black women and their perception of what an attraction is, because every woman on this YouTube that I have been seeing have been called ugly, called out their name. So Chef Carmen is not special. It's nobody on this YouTube, this side of the sector, that I want to be like, oh, I want to sleep with her, or she is so beautiful, I'm falling in love. No. Show me one person that I'm going to fall in love with at the sight of the first look. I'm not saying we care. I'm saying she couldn't prove her income to the bank in order to get the mortgage in her own name. No, I don't care about that part, because I'm not going to bring up her financial records or even care if she have a financial record. But that's was a part of the story, that boss lady paid or allegedly paid, whatever. I don't care about that part. That's them. If they feel like they on that level to do business with each other, they must have trusted each other from the get-go. That's all I'm saying. I have followed Chef since not long after she started cooking on her own page. Good morning, April Lee. A Leo is in the house. Good morning, Leo. They seem to have some interest of sort. Exactly. I think so too. And I'm gonna read this comment. We could go into the next segment. I can't lie, boss lady definitely bossed Chef all the way up. All the way up. The original split was due to Chef romance, and it has happened again. It has to be a way Chef is influenced when love. No, there has to be some type of jealousy. There has to be some type of feeling of rejection from the other party. Shit, Chef could be a whore for all we know, allegedly. See different type of women, have no time for one particular woman, and in this instant, who knows? Her wife, her fiance came along and she showed her what love is, and she liked what she see. And there she goes. She picked who she wanted to. So, I just don't feel like she's that gullible that she'll let love destroy who she is. No woman. I'm not that type of woman. No love, no man that I've ever been allegedly in love with. Only one man I've ever been in love with for 3 days, have made me feel like to the point where I'm going to stop my life and live for you. I don't think so. If there's a man that exists out there like that, where I can fall madly in love with you and stay madly in love with you, and you have money to take care of me and my needs, I'm going to have a job, but you have more money and you are the person of my fake dreams, come get at me. There's no man out there like that. I'm sorry. There's nobody out there powerful enough to make me fall so madly in love with you that I forget who I am. I don't know. I just don't know. Hey, good morning, Shanti. Fake Kelly's in the building. I'm well, thank you. So, anytime. So I know I'm gonna read this last comment, and then we'll move into the different. I think something to manifest reality. I think it's something going on too, or something went on and it didn't work, and it soured their friendship. That's what happens when you mix and mingle with your friends. Anytime you put your finances or business out on the internet, it's here to stay. That's why you have to be very cautious of what you put out. That's true. And there are people that are sitting back in the wings waiting for you to just make a mistake to say, oh, she said she made this amount of money, but it's not true. I really don't care how much money people make or tempting to make or have made. I don't care. That the financial part, I don't care about that. I don't believe it is jealousy or envy from boys. Trust me, Bronx. I love Chef, but when she falls in love, she moves very different. I still rock with Chef, but she moves different. I don't know how she moved different, but listen, everybody changed when they find someone they love, And that brings me to my next segment. Thank you, Chef Carmen, for being a hot topic, and Boss Lady for being a hot topic. I hope I handled this responsibly. And if you have people watching and I have a different outlook and insight and perspective, I hope it made some sense. So let's move on to the hot topic, a sensitive topic, a topic that should be discussed responsibly and a topic that people should consider discussing responsibly. And it's a sensitive topic. And the topic is who have it, Mr. The Truth. And Mr. LaTruth, wait. Listen, I don't know, Bronx. I'm a Leo. It takes a while for me to love even someone for 3 days. No, you can fall in love in a matter of seconds. It's been scientifically proven that you can fall in love in a matter of seconds. Like, I know that listen, when it comes to love and me, like, I will fall in love with you and then fall in love with you. And then you show me a sign of deceit and deception. And then I retreat and then I pull back. And then I'm just liking you. I'm not in love with you. So I know that I wouldn't fall fully in love with anybody because, that the aftermath of falling in love is devastating. I see it on other people. And I know before I get to that point of being devastated or just being like, I know how I am. This is why I function well with relationships when I am in a relationship. You're not supposed we could get into that. Good morning, Riri. Let's get into what's his name? LaTruth. Everybody that tackled this topic, I don't know sometimes where they'd be coming from with they ideas and opinions and perspective. So if LaTruth and his wife are having a domestic dispute, allegedly, and automatically someone say it's a skit, how do you receive that? That a woman that came forward and said that she has been allegedly abused by her husband. Let me go back to the disclaimer. So I'm going to read the disclaimer again because I know a lot of people may not be comfortable with this topic. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. These folks think this is not a skit. First of all, let me just point out the characters that I have viewed LaTruth, and he don't do nothing for me like at all. There's a lot of men that get on here and talk that shit and act like they so cute and so good looking. I'm not attracted to him, and I'm not saying he's not attractive. I'm just not attracted to him. So there's a difference. Good morning, Riri reacts. There's a difference between I'm not attracted to him and me thinking he's not attractive. I'm not swayed by him. I'm not stimulated by him. I have watched him in action. I have never thought he was that interested. I'm sorry. I think he's a arrogant, pompous, deceitful, deceptive. I just see that his wife, she didn't look too happy around him. I'm sorry. Let's go to the comments and here we go. Let me see. Sorry. Exactly, Candace. Everything people is a skit. I don't know. Yeah, the first thing they label is a skit. I don't understand the mindset of those individuals wanting to accept the foolery. Exactly. He said it was a skit, but she said it wasn't. So what I observed with Mr. LaTruth, he failed to take accountability, responsibility. He manipulate. He sit there and put the troubles and responsibility on someone else instead of answering a question directly. He said he would not answer anything pertaining to what's going on in his life, but he tried to make it seem like everyone in his audience has suffered at the hands of DV. No, you can't do that. Hey, Dana Dane, many of them are not real men, right? Let's see. I only like watching him when he was adoring his wife, right? Let's see. She only has one. Oh, okay. I left off excuse me, Chef Carmen in her segment. I'm still listening. I just feel like when it comes to Mr. LaTruth and his wife, I don't see. Excuse me. I'm trying to get the comments situated so everyone can have a voice in here, right, Bronx? Didn't always look happy. I felt something, but didn't know it was DV, right? I never felt like she was happy. I felt like she had an attitude. I felt like she was like hiding who she was. She couldn't be who she was. Um, she's a cute, nice looking girl. If we're going to bring up looks, she's a decent person, looking girl. So she can easily just leave him and go get another guy and be done with it. I just feel like he hide who he is. He's arrogant. He's arrogant and pompous. He don't take responsibility for his actions. So anytime that someone say that we're not going to get into the topic because I'm a public figure, no, you need to discuss it because you're a public figure. People want to know what's really going on. Are you abusing your wife allegedly? Have you hit your wife allegedly? She said he's a narcissist. Maybe or maybe he's not. Narcissists don't always have to be identified for certain traits. It's hard to say that someone is a narcissist, but when someone admit that they're a narcissist, like I know someone that admitted to me that they were a narcissist, and they are a narcissist. Okay, that's how I feel about that. With him, when I was looking at him, and he can't even look into the camera. He lied so many times in his interview, licking on his lips, and his body, his face wasn't matching with his language, and his body language wasn't matching with his actions of his words. you know let's be for real. I'm gonna read some comments. I like the couple as a whole, but I do think they have some underlying issues behind closed doors. Right. I just don't like fake love. I'm sorry. And I feel like they did fake a lot of their love in front of the public. How did they come to this point if they wasn't faking? So one day he woke up and just said, I don't want to be with you no more. One day she woke up and said, I don't want to be or care to be with you. No, this was long in the works for them to come and depart in front of social media. I do not believe Miss La Truth would come forward about abuse if it wasn't the truth. Right. This woman has a lot going on. She has children business, and she always has been straightforward. If she said that she was abused, I believe her until it's proven otherwise. So I hate. But did you hear how I spoke to her when she was promoting her book? When it came out, he was very strong in his words. Like, hell no, that's not how you promote your book. Speak up. Good morning, Andrea. Like, I didn't hear. I haven't watched him consistently, or like just to the point where I get to know them. But when I do tune in and someone bring their name up, I feel like, no, there's something like the difference is between, even if Chef Carmen wasn't a woman, and she was a man with that type of attitude and swag, I would be more attracted to her than I would be like Truth. You know what I mean? Like, characteristics and personality shows. I just feel like he is, and as far as him and his health, and people making fun of them, we don't even have to highlight those sick, disgusting people. Like, people are like this all over the world, and people are like this. They can't hide who they are. That's not something that I should be elaborating on. I'm not going to elaborate on his health. I just hope that he getting the proper care that he need, and he's taking care of himself. And that could be a factor of their relationship too. He's sick. He's angry. He's frustrated. He's not himself no more. He lost a part of himself, and he can take his anger and frustrations out on his wife. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. Good thing she has the means to move freely as she should. And that's what matters, that she don't have to stick around and take an alleged abuse anymore. You know what I mean? Like, here we go, I see the comments about Chef, but I don't. I'll come back to that. But I wanted to just touch on L.A. I mean, excuse me, Mrs. LaTruth. I don't know. Mrs. LaTruth is beautiful, but she's not a saint. Her ex treated her bad for whatever reason. If he has been abusing her, she's been going along with fake love on social media. Don't they all do? And that's the thing. And I'm about to take it to a point where I know that a lot of women sit there and act like they for women. They want to uplift women. They want to inspire women. They want to encourage women. They want to support women. But when it get down to the nitty gritty, and a woman come forward and say that she has been in an abusive relationship, either mentally, physically, emotionally, right? Physically, verbally, it always go back to the woman. right? The woman had to do something to provoke a monster to hit her. The woman had to do something for this monster. And I'm not talking about anyone in particular. I'm talking about when it comes to a woman coming forward and saying she's been abused. People will look deep inside the relationship and say, oh, she provoked that man. She agitated that man to do what he did. No man in this world should be that powerful and that weak that he is provoked and lured. It's not lured to hit a woman. Now, if a woman hit a man, he know how to restrain her. He know how to protect himself. Now, if a woman hit you with an open fist, a man, no woman should hit no man, and a man should not hit no woman. Abuse is never okay on any side, right? But he seemed like he a pompous jackass that have money and that think his money controls her. I don't know how they met. If she had money when he met her, if he had money when they met, if they was coming up together and growing their family together, right? She just never looked happy to me at all. She looked like she had to be a stepward wife and come forward and be something or somebody that she's not, to protect her image and protect him and protect her family. Right? I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like she is not the problem here. Do not make him the victim. He's not the victim. He's considered the perpetrator. He is the perpetrator. I heard his live talking about she's going through his phone. What woman don't go through their man phone? What woman don't go through their man phone? Right? It's either up to you to accept what you reveal or what you see. I go through my man phone, and if I see something I don't like, I don't bring it up until I feel it's necessary. Every woman and every man need to know what's going on in their spouse's life. I'm not sitting here telling y'all to go through your man phone to do a check. I do it once in a while just if I'm bored or to see if he's up to no good, or me, because Zachary's father had the passcode to my phone. I had the passcode to his phone. You know, he know I didn't have friends with him because I would never sit there and have friends and talk to another man while I'm with a man. Right? So his main thing was, oh, she used to go through my phone. Talking about, oh, of course, people hit me up in the DMs and because I'm a public figure. So she don't know what you're doing behind closed doors. Men are secretive. Okay? Men are deceptive. And that's not to say every man are, but if you're a man, you have deceived someone in your life. Whether you're in a same-sex marriage, whether you're in a same-sex relationship, you know, men get the end of the stick for a lot of good reasons. Now, I know a lot of people, listen, let me go to the comments. He exactly, Bronx, he emotionally, wait, I'm sorry, Manifest, I'm going to come back to your comment. You said the way the father was carrying on, that was not a skit. Exactly, Bronx, he emotionally downplays her. Let me see. Oh, I don't know that there was an outside child on this would be a huge stumbling block. I think she said she used work in a hospital when they first so she had a job. She was ambitious. She had a income coming in. So it's not like, you know, she was waiting for some Prince Charming to come and pick her up and introduce her to a glamorous life. She know what she was doing. She know that she couldn't be one of those women that's sitting back and wait for a man to take care of her. She knows she had to have a start to somewhere. You know what I mean? He said, misunderstood. He said he's restrained her from hitting her. She mentioned she jumped down and sprained her finger. You know, he provokes. He looked like he the type to provoke her. He looked like he the type to agitate her. He looked like he the type to want a reaction. You know, it's only but so much you can take from a person that talk to you as if you're nothing. It's so much you can take to just someone you love, someone you've been with forever, or plan to spend your life with them forever. Why is it that people got to suffer abuse at the hands of someone that makes the most money, whether it's emotionally? Emotional abuse counts too. Verbal abuse counts too. Mental abuse counts too. Physical abuse, that is just the deal breaker right there. It's a skit. How is he so manly to say that a domestic violence alleged attack is a skit. Why would you even have that type of mindset to think that it's okay to do for you to do a skit like that? I would be highly offended if I was a victim of domestic violence. I'm sorry. Let me see. Good morning, Bronx and chat. And man definitely won't tell on himself. Right. It's not like he gonna sit there and confess, like, yeah, I used to do this, I used to do that. But no, I saw his video. I'm like, oh no, he's sitting in the car looking in the camera talking about, oh, I'm not gonna discuss that because public figures go through it too. You are a public figure. That's why you have the responsibility to discuss and clear up any misunderstandings of anything that may be going on in your household, so people won't get the wrong idea, because you can lose brand deals, you can lose just all that you gain so quickly. He don't think about stuff like that, do he? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what they do. Jump around in your face, jug at you, screaming at you. It's all sick. It is. Is Elaine in the building? Good morning, Elaine and Shasha. Good morning, Shasha. Thank you for coming to the chat. Hi, good morning, Elaine. I was looking for your comment. Good morning, Elaine. Welcome to the chat. Manifest reality. I broke up with a guy because he told me that I owned a home. I dusted him the same day. They have a way of manipulating and getting with a woman. And I'm not saying that, Miss LaTruth is not at fault. I'm not saying that she has not did anything in a manner where you can't look at her sideways, but to just pinpoint that she's the problem and he's not the problem. Maybe you don't know what have changed in him after his treatments, after him being diagnosed with what he was diagnosed with cancer, right? He probably changed. He probably turned into a monster because he's not himself no more. He don't feel like who he used to be. A part of him has changed. A lot of men suffer with identity crisis. And when I say an identity crisis, I'm not saying that they're gay or they're down low. I'm just saying a lot of men don't know who they are and they are confused. That's what I'm saying. And that should be looked into and considered. Right. See, I always felt the marriage was stays. I didn't look at them like that, but I'm just saying, like, when she had to come forward and yell and scream and talk like, I don't do this. I don't come to YouTube, Facebook and explain myself. Let me say this. That was the beginning. I'm like, oh gosh, what made you do it now, Mrs. LaTruth? When you had to, I don't know what they had an incident and I don't know. The divorce allegations. If there was divorces, she should have just got ahead of the story and said they were divorcing. That's all. That's it. That's all I mean. Let me see. Let me go down. To be honest, I believe he's a little jealous of her success. No, that could be definitely true. Her book sells, her modeling deal, and the money she makes on her platform, his mouth gets him in trouble. He has a lots of views. Yeah, I'm not even attracted to him. I'm not even being funny. I'm just talking about a personality wise. He looked like you'd be scared to have a drink with him. He take you out. He ordering for you. He telling you what to eat and what he won't order for you because he paying for it. One of those controlling freaks. One of those insecure men that got to order for you on a menu. No, do not allow that sickness as a past. He was already like that thing. Okay, see? He was already like that. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. He said his 11-year-old. Well, he said he's 11 years older than her. Okay, I think she looked for a money grab to begin with. I blame both of them for the issues in the relationship. She's not a punk, y'all. Listen, let's keep it real. If a man is 11 years older than you and he have money, I'm going for that man. If you are an older man dating a younger woman, you're supposed to have money in your pocket to take care of that woman, right? She ain't stupid. Why would she deal with an older man that don't have just as much money or not more than she have? I know a lot of people may like, oh, it's not about the money. This is what makes the world go round is money. That's what I'm saying. He used the sickness to escalate himself. That's true. They know who they are. Some men like to be in control. She admitted he helped brought her up in the financial world because she wasn't there. That's what he's supposed to do. If he have the means and the connections and he liked her, he's attracted to her. He see that she was working before she came up in his world. he has that right and that duty and that responsibility to take care of her. If you're an older man, 11 years older than the woman you dating, you're supposed to take care of that woman financially, not all the way, but you're supposed to have a little bit more than her. You have much more experience than her. You've been around the block twice. Yes. Let me see. I'm sorry. Let me see. Yes, because I always dated older men and they always had dough, right? Exactly. I was in my 30s dating an older man and he took me out to the nicest restaurants. He took me out everywhere that I would never ever go because I'm not paying $300 for no dinner. That's a steak. I'm not even a steak eater. I ate the steak because I wanted to see, what's different about this steak than a steak you buy in the store. My first option off the menu is not buying a steak. Drinks was included. We had a good time. You want to impress me with a $300 meal, impress me. I'm going to sit down and eat with you. That does not mean that I'm going to like you. A lot of men and women be like they have a type. Just because you have a type, that does not mean you're compatible. That's all I got to say about that. I think her career is elevating and his is at a standstill. Yes, I think so too. I think so too. If I was dedicated and loyal watcher, just by the comments alone, he probably is intimidated by her and feel inferior to her because she don't need him no more. She don't need to rely on him anymore. And that's all well and that's all good. Let me go to the comments. Let me see. I don't want to skip any comments. Thank you for everyone for coming by and just giving your input and your outlook on this topic. Welcome to the chat. Be sure to hit the like, comment button. The podcast listeners, I feel like my chat is comprised of many different sections and I don't have to pen out the sections. I believe everyone has an open mind and have things that they want to say, but they don't want to say because they don't want to be bashed for their opinion. That's why I'm here, to give my unconventional wisdom and put it and make people feel like they are part of something or that they're not alone. And they always had me to work because I needed to secure for my children and self. And guess what? That's the case. Exactly. Queen Bee, Miss Chocolate. Yes, I used to tell my daughter that all the time. She like, you think. So mama now, she sees it's the mess ain't just staring up happening. She had to put on the safe. I'll come back to that comment. Manifest. I don't know why, but saw in the shade room with her video saying it's so I don't know why. I read her comment. I just feel like when it comes to the DV that it should be approached sensitive in a sensitive nature. It should be done with responsible. It should be held responsibly because no one should suffer the hands of abuse from anyone. Abuse is never okay. If you are in this chat and you know someone or you might be in a DV situation, there's help available. You don't have to stay. And please get the help you need and leave before it's too late. There are resources, there are hotlines that you can call for just a friend, family member, or just someone that you may, a neighbor, that is suffering at the hands of abuse. Be that person that will pick up the phone and call and just to report it. So it could be on record. If you are in an abusive relationship, in a DV relationship, please get out before it's too late. That's just how I feel. Thank you, K-Buck. Thank you. Manifest reality. See, Candace, I see you. I've been through it all, abuse. I don't like it. It's not good at all. So I can recognize it. And I see many of them around here on social media. Yeah, abuse happens. It is prevalent in the communities that we live in. It is nothing to hide and there's nothing to sweep under the rug. That's only make it worse. I'm just saying that I have seen people like point the finger at this woman because she probably may or may not have a big mouth, or she may or may not have a mind of her own. Men don't like smart women, especially if they could stand up for themselves, especially if they could go out there and don't need them, especially if you met a woman, she had a job, she stopped working, she depended solely on you. Now she back up and she realized that she cannot depend on you because she need her own independence. Men should like when women have their own independence and freedom. That should be a bonus, but it's not good enough. It's never good enough for a man when a woman, you know, have her own thing going and blossom and flourish in her own right. That's how I feel about that. Just not my type. Very weirdo. Bless love. Thank you. He feel like he made her, but as a husband, what the F you supposed to do? He did feel like he made her and she found a way of her own. Good morning. Hey, good morning, Michelle. In chat. Yeah, she's modeling now. That's good. She's a cute girl. Definitely, she definitely won't. It won't stop her short of getting another rich guy. Shit, he prepped her and beautified her for the next man. Right? That's what men with money do. Use your money accordingly and responsibly. If I'm with a rich man and I know he's an asshole, you are not going to be my downfall. You are prepping me for my next relationship. You are the past. Thank you for fronting me. I'm sorry. I don't think like most women, and a lot of men respect me because I'm upfront. Listen, if you gonna slam your money down on the table and try to buy me, make sure you have enough money to buy me, and make sure you are willing to accept the consequences that come behind it. So thank you, everyone that came to the chat. Michelle P said hello. God made her before that man married her. True. She modeling now. I just hope everybody like Chef Carmen and Boss Lady, they come to a conclusion. I feel like, excuse me, Mr. LaTruth and his wife, they come to an agreement. The divorce, if they get one, works out well in their favor. She can move on to better things. He can move on to better things. But the children are mostly important in this situation. I know a lot of people like co-parent. I hate that word co-parent. It's just words that just doesn't like fit into my description of being a human being. And I am a human. I check myself every morning and say I am human. I just don't have and share the same opinions and views with everyone. That's not to disregard anyone on how they feel. Everyone is welcome in this chat. It's an open discussion. It's an open panel. And I welcome back the feedback. And I appreciate everyone that just stood by for this length of time, because I could have got really like heated but this was a nice decent chat, a nice discussion. Everyone was respectful. We did not go in on Candace too hard. Thank you for giving Candace some slack, because I don't want to have to take over the live and become the monster for people coming in here and disrespecting Candace the mod. Where she lacks, I pick up. Where I lack, she picks up. That's what makes us a team and a pair and a duo. Before I go, listen, I'm not coming back till Friday. Thank you for those. Thank you for the Braveheart heads. If you're not a Braveheart already, when you become a Braveheart, you become bold, beautiful, cool, confident, sexy, and intelligent. And if you want to become an eagle eye, we soar high. Eagles soar high. You're keen, sharp, and witty and aware. And you have great insight and perspective. So those two combined together, a lion and an eagle, we soaring high and we roaring loud. Don't come in this chat and thinking that we're going to just like like roll out the red carpet for you. If you have a question or a statement or opinion, it is well recognized. And we thank you. Thank you, Queen Mary. I don't like the word. I just don't. I never did like that word. Like, we're going to co-parent. Like, that sounds too technical for me. Zachary father don't even use that word. I don't use it to him. He'll be like, what is co-parent? I'm like, some word they came up to label people. I just feel like we parents and we know what to do. Thank you, Shanti. We fly high, we fly high. Until the next time. Thank you. What's wrong with I just don't like the word. I don't understand what the word means, co-parent. Like, we co-parent. We are both parents. We don't need to anything. That's just separating. That's division. Co-parent, right. Bite me. I'm sorry. Let me log off. Thank you. Okay, a manifest reality. I'll leave off with your call. Also live, also equal perspective, Bronxer. Thank you. Thanks, and mods, chat ladies, and beautiful. Have an awesome, beautiful day. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for coming by to listening to my insight and my perspective. Well, I wanted to do something before I go. I never did this before. Okay, I know what I do. Because I haven't played this in a long time. So listen. Thank you for coming by. Have a great day.